There's nothing more discouraging than stepping into your garden and realizing the soil you've nurtured for years feels, well, dead. Hard as concrete, cracked or lifeless, it's enough to make any gardener wonder if the glory days are gone. But here's the good news. No matter how tired or worn out your soil looks, there is a lazy, proven and natural way to bring it back to life without shoveling, tilling or spending a fortune on fertilizers. This method has been backed by decades of research, embraced by regenerative farmers worldwide, and best of all, it works in backyards of every size. The secret? Cover crops. They are the single most powerful tool you can use to heal even the most exhausted patch of earth, and when done right, they practically take care of themselves. Soil is not just dirt, it's alive. A complex web of organisms working together to feed plants and keep the ecosystem in balance. Beneath every carrot, bean sprout or tomato root exists a bustling underground community of bacteria, fungi, protozoa and nematodes. Together, these organisms make up what soil scientists call the soil food web. Plants don't simply grow in soil, they communicate with it. Through their roots, plants send out sugars and chemical signals, almost like writing a grocery list. Microbes respond by delivering exactly what the plant needs: nutrients, minerals, and even protection from harmful invaders. When the soil food web is healthy, plants practically grow themselves without the need for synthetic fertilizers. But when soil is compacted, tilled repeatedly, or left bare to the sun and rain, this delicate system collapses. The microbes vanish, earthworms disappear, and what's left is lifeless dirt. That's when weeds take over, pests multiply, and gardening becomes a battle instead of a joy. Fortunately, there's a way to restore this underground community with very little effort. Cover crops are plants grown not to harvest, but to heal the soil. Think of them, if you will, as nature's gentle bandage, restoring life where the ground has given up. Unlike store-bought fertilizer, they don't just feed plants for one season. They rebuild the soil's ability to feed itself year after year. When cover crops grow, their roots dive deep into the ground, releasing sugars called root exudates that attract beneficial microbes. These microbes work around the clock, breaking down locked-up nutrients and making them available to future crops. Above ground, the dense foliage shades out weeds, keeps the soil cool, and protects it from erosion. When the crop finishes its cycle, you don't pull it out. Instead, you trim it down and let the remains decompose right in place, a process known as chop and drop. This creates a rich mulch that feeds earthworms and fungi, slowly building a dark, crumbly soil structure that plants love. What makes this method so powerful is its simplicity. You plant once, water deeply, and then let nature do the rest. No digging, no hauling, no bending for hours on end, just patience and trust in a system that has been working in forests and prairies for millions of years. The first step is choosing the right area to heal. Maybe it's a garden bed that struggled last summer, or a patch of ground that looks too far gone. Don't overthink it. Start small, because even one revived patch of soil can spark momentum. Trim down whatever is currently growing and leave the clippings right where they fall. This is your soil's first meal. Then scatter your chosen cover crop seeds generously. Unlike vegetables, spacing doesn't matter here. You want a dense, living carpet that covers every inch of ground. Water the area thoroughly just once, making sure the soil is soaked to about 6 inches deep. For a standard raised bed of 4 by 8 feet, that's about 5 gallons of water. After that initial soak, you can step back and let rainfall or occasional light watering keep things going. There's no need for daily attention. Within weeks, you'll see a lush green blanket forming, and beneath it, life will quietly be returning. One of the most common questions gardeners ask is whether this method works in cold climates. The answer is yes. There is a cover crop for every region and every season. In northern areas with harsh winters, hardy plants like winter rye or clover survive freezing temperatures and continue protecting the soil when everything else is dormant. In warmer states, quick growers like buckwheat, crimson clover or vetch really thrive in the heat, covering bare ground in just a matter of weeks. The choice honestly matters less than the principle. What really counts is that the soil is never left bare. Nature never exposes soil. Forests cover it with leaves, prairies with grass, and deserts with hardy plants. By keeping your garden covered, you're working with nature rather than against it. Cover crops work, but they don't work overnight. This isn't a switch you flip, it's a process, more like slow cooking than fast food. In, say, 3 to 6 months, you'll notice your soil becoming darker, softer, and easier to work. By the end of a full year, earthworms return, weeds retreat, and plants start thriving without outside inputs. Scientific studies confirm this transformation. Soil biology tests show that cover cropping can triple bacterial populations, increase fungi tenfold, and restore beneficial nematodes that keep pests in check. These aren't just numbers on paper. They translate to healthier plants, fewer weeds, and stronger harvests. After seeing a lush cover crop grow, many gardeners feel the urge to till it in. It feels like the right thing to do, but it isn't. Tilling destroys the underground fungal networks and microbial pathways that the roots have carefully built. Instead, keep it simple. Trim the cover crop when it gets tall, leave the clippings on the soil, and allow the roots to decompose in place. If you want to plant vegetables, don't clear the bed. Just open small pockets in the mulch, tuck in your seedlings, and let them grow alongside the living roots. Research from Cornell University shows this method, called planting into living mulch, increases yields while reducing weeds and watering needs. Less work, more food. Exactly what we want. The beauty of cover cropping is not just in the harvest it leads to, but in the legacy it creates. Healthy soil is more than a medium for plants. It is a living system that connects generations, sustains pollinators, and even plays a role in slowing climate change. By planting cover crops, you're not only saving your garden, you're contributing to a future where soil remains alive and fertile for those who come after us. This method is easy on the knees, kind to the back, and forgiving for gardeners of every age. It's proof that tending the soil doesn't have to mean working harder. It can mean working smarter, trusting nature, and watching life return in its own time. So here's the challenge. Take one neglected patch of soil in your yard and give cover crops a try. Scatter the seeds, water deeply once, and then step back. In weeks, you'll see green. In months, you'll feel the soil loosen under your hands. In a year, you'll have living proof that even the most exhausted ground can be reborn. If you found this guide valuable, make sure to subscribe to Timeless Crops Haven for more timeless gardening wisdom, and share this with a fellow gardener who dreams of bringing their soil back to life. Because no matter how tired your soil may seem, healing begins with one simple seed. Timeless Crops Haven.